The comments we've been talking to happening in the Oval Office just moments ago. Eamon Javers was in the Oval Office. He joined us now with the full report. Eamon.
Yeah, Melissa, that's right. I happened to be in the Oval Office with some reporters talking to President Trump at an event where he was swearing in the new director of the SEC. I was able to ask the president whether or not he intends to fire Jay Powell and whether he believes he has the power to fire Jay Powell. What he said was, I don't want to talk about that in terms of whether or not he has the power to fire Jay Powell. He said, because I have no intention of doing that, never did have any intention to do that. He said the press simply runs away with speculation sometimes, but the president here reaffirming the idea that he does not intend to fire the chairman of the Federal Reserve or to attempt to do that. That was one item that was interesting to me. He also answered a question on China in terms of the tariffs and whether or not he's concerned about the impact on West Coast ports. The president said that ultimately he believes the tariffs are going to be good for the country overall. He was asked whether or not he's negotiating with the Chinese right now. He didn't provide any details or specifics about exactly where those negotiations stand. But I also asked him about tariff rates overall, and the Treasury Secretary's comments earlier today that the tariff rates, as high as they are, amount to effectively an embargo on trade with China altogether. The president says he does agree with the Treasury Secretary that it is effectively an embargo with China right now, but that he doesn't think that tariff rates are going to stay where they are right now. He said they're going to come down significantly. I asked him to what level. He said not to zero, but he implied sort of north of zero, but much lower than where they are now. So this is a president, Melissa, I've got to say, who seemed eager to send the kinds of signals to the stock market that the stock market wants to hear right now, wanted to be very conciliatory about the Fed, and very much to indicate that he's in deal-making mode with China, Melissa.
What's interesting, Eamon, is what you said about the president saying that he wouldn't comment on the status of talks with China, although Secretary Besson earlier in the day said that talks have not started. I'm wondering why there's daylight between the two explanations.
Well, reporters tried to press the president in the Oval Office just now on, what updates can you give us? Have you talked to Xi Jinping? Have you had any meetings? Where are these discussions specifically? And the president just sort of kept going back to his argument that there is going to be a deal. Things are going well with China. He's confident in his relationship with Xi Jinping, but no real specifics in terms of where those negotiations stand, who's meeting with who, what dates the meetings are taking place on, whether there have been any offers exchanged. Just the president asserting that he feels confident that there will be a deal here. I also asked him if he has spoken to or speaks regularly with Jay Powell. He declined to answer that question.